Everybody. Streamlabs. Maybe I need to figure out if there's a way that I can just schedule a live stream. Throw these out. Still coughing. Still streaming in this same room. See, we were listening to the Rich Dad channel. That's what I was listening to before we started. Here's a My Mix from YouTube. Let's go ahead and click on that. Ooh, I love that song. YouTube knows me all too well. All right, let's get the, so what I do to set the stream up is I get the description and the title ready. Wow. Mike's side was so fast on this. All right, let's go over here. We're gonna turn monetization on. Make a little bit of ad revenue. Save that. Okay, that's updated. We need a title now. Lice Card Shop. I type that so often. All right. Lice Card Shop. We're going to say this is open to the public now. Done with that. We're going to hit save. Now we're going to jump over here. I get the early access to the streams. Yay, says Mike's side. What's up, Mike's side? All right, let's ping the server. Early access Mike's side. Very good. Really nice day outside today. We did not blow away in a tornado, so that was nice. Okay. Looking at my emails. Throw that away. All right, I think we're ready. Let me restart this music. Actually, the music doesn't need to be restarted. Just turn it up. All right. What's up, guys? Happy daytime stream. It is Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday day. Plug that in. Giveaway for the early guys. Whoa, look at this. I love hosting this stream. We always get so much cool stuff in here. If only this was all like $1. What if you could have it all for $2? This is $1, this is $1, this is $1. This is The Price is Right. Come on down. You get a pack of Pokemon cards. You get a booster box. When are they going to do that on Price is Right? Pokemon cards? You get your very own Umbreon. Oh my god. Unified Minds. My order got skipped last night, says Nick. What? Nah. Stop trying to trick me, Nick. 10 Fusion Strike. Nick, what's the name of your bag? Throw this away over here. All right. Adjust the camera a little bit. Adjust the slide a little bit. Do you think that Umbreon would cross-grade to PSA 10? Definitely. Letting a little cough out there. Cash App founder stabbed to death in San Francisco. Really? No way. This was 23 minutes ago, this article came out. Cash App founder Bob Lee killed in San Francisco stabbing. Man. Was it? Now, here's the question. Nick Gertis for the bag. You got it, man. Nick Gertis, huh? Nicholas Gertis. Well, I happen to have your bag right at the front. Sometimes that's a sign that we did service the order. Why do you feel you got skip-a-roonied? I see a bunch of hollows here. Let's see. Some hollows here. Chestnut. Maybe he did get skipped. You said Fusion Strike, huh? Did that look like you got your Fusion Strikes opened? What did that look like? Hand Pink Wave King. Sub Tops King. What's up, Dakota? Don't crack the Umbreon. It's beautiful. Yeah, you could pay to have it cross-graded, but it's already pretty... You know what I would do if I would cross-grade it? I would send it to CGC or Beckett, see if it cross-grades into a pristine or even a perfect 10, because this card is in great-looking condition. Look at that. Bring the camera, or bring the light down. Okay. Look at these corners, man. Look how clean that is. Very clean. So, definitely 10 worthy. Pristine 10? Maybe. Maybe pristine. Perfect 10 is so hard to accomplish. I wouldn't assume that. I tried telling you last night, but the chat was busy. Sent for the Masaki Gengar. This is my new Gengar. Here he is. You guys like him? He was a cheap $12,000. So Cash App founder Bobby Lee killed in San Francisco stabbing. It's fascinating that he got stabbed to death rather than being shot to death, because people talk a lot about how America would be safer without guns, but it's like you just get stabbed instead of shot, but maybe not as many people get shot, so that's a good argument. Bob Lee says, Bob Lee, technology executive, founded a mobile payment company at Cash App, previously worked at Square. Oh, that makes sense. Died Tuesday. He stabbed near downtown San Francisco. 43-year-old man with apparent stab wounds. The man was taken to a hospital. The two men have been living in Miami. I'm saddened and disheartened to lose my brother. He really was the best of us. I was fortunate to grow up with him, and I feel like I've lost a part of myself. He had been working as the chief product officer of the cryptocurrency company MobileCoin. Well, MobileCoin just lost an important worker. Oh, had been work. Oh, okay. No. Wait, I did read that right. He was an investor in Elon Musk's SpaceX venture. No arrests have been made as of early Wednesday. Police declined to release more information about the crime when contacted. So he might have just been stabbed to death by some guy mugging him. That's it. Might have been some guy mugging him and he got stabbed to death in the mugging. Because that happens, right? The fatal stabbing should intensify scrutiny on public safety issues in San Francisco, where residents and business... So it takes an important person to get stabbed to death for people to go, maybe being soft on crime has not been a solution to crime. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, if everyone got a hug and we were just real nice, maybe the stabbing would go away on its own. No, it's like the opposite. It actually gets worse. When you get softer on crime, you're going to have more crime. San Francisco has seen 12 homicides since the beginning of the year, according to data compiled by the city's police department. So 12 homicides in 4 months, more like 3 months, 3 full months. That's actually not bad. But, you know, obviously nothing is... A 0 would be the right number, right? So they don't know who did it. Somebody stabbed an executive to death, and they don't even know who did it. It's really interesting. Man, I wonder how that makes people who live there feel like. Be sure not to get stabbed to death, guys. All right, so... How many black labels have you gotten from Beckett? A couple. Homicides. Usually stabbings are personal. Are they? Sometimes stabbing's just a guy mugging you, right? He's got a knife, he says, give me your wallet, and then he stabs you. We got to take care of Mr. Nicholas Gertis, who says we did not service his order. I'm logging into PayPal. PayPal's giving me a security question, because of course it is. God, I hate PayPal. Their security questions are the worst. It didn't work. It says that I failed the security question, even though I did not. Okay, I'm looking at this very carefully. I've done it correctly. Let me click verify. Okay, it worked that time. Cool, good. Do, 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 do. If you're gonna get stabbed, rip your shirt off for self-defense to catch the blade. Most people do not have that convenience of time to react to it or even think, you know what I mean? 10 Fusion Strike. I have a bag, Nicholas Gertis. And let me open up one pack of Fusion Strike. See, I've forgotten what the symbol in Fusion Strike is. Oh, no, I can tell you didn't get your order. You know how I know? Because the box should have changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. The mystery is solved. You, in fact, did not get your order. Mr. Nicholas Gertis, sorry about that. I'm glad we could service it now and that you're here. Let's see what you got. Grew up in LA, so I always have my head on a swivel. Ah, man, that makes me sad that you would live in a place where you have to feel that way. I wouldn't want to live in any city, in any country, where you have to wonder if you're about to be stabbed. And so I feel very strongly about American cities not being so exceptional, right? We're the exceptional country, American exceptionalism. I don't feel America's exceptional if you can't live in an American city without wondering if you're going to be stabbed. A real exceptional city would be safe, like Tokyo, Japan. So I feel that America is kind of, I don't know, not impressing me on this. I think I would have lived in a city, but I was so disgusted by American cities that I moved further away from them. Here's Wooloo. That Gengar's fire. He looks great, right? I actually have a Masaki 9 coming, and we might run a slab break on it. Here's Doduo. Tokyo's beautiful. Here we are. I don't think you'll ever get a society that's perfect, but there should be places to live. There should be cities where the crime rate is so low that you're not looking around to see if you're going to get stabbed. You know what I mean? You're not wondering if some homeless guy's going to come over and mug you. What do you guys think? You think it was a homeless person that stabbed him to death? I bet it was. Look at this fire energy, man. Ooh, wow. Very cool, man. Of all the golden energy cards you could pull, the fire energy is the best one. Excuse me. Still got that cough. Okay, here's Swampert and Rillaboom. I'll watch myself from Popo. You are in the lead for the most black labels on YouTube on Beckett Grading Services. What? What does that mean? All I got was like, I think I got 3 of them, right? That's not very many. You're saying that's a lot? Singapore. By the way, Singapore's like 95% Chinese. Iceland's kind of similar. It's like pretty purely like white people. Japan is very Japanese. And Switzerland's mixed, right? But they're like, they consider themselves the Swiss. So they're like German and French and Italian. Isn't that the mix in Switzerland? I like Switzerland a lot, by the way. I like it a lot. One of the most expensive countries to live in. Another thing is Japan and Singapore. And what was the other one? I know Japan, Singapore, and Switzerland are all some of the most expensive places to live. I don't know about Iceland. You know the problem with Iceland? They're like in the middle of nowhere. They're really far away from the rest of the society, it feels like. And they're up in the north. You think people commit less crime in the north? Too cold, maybe. You want to go out and stab somebody? Oh, dude, it's cold. I'm staying in. No, I'm just teasing. Allegedly, says D's Nuts. So this is Nick Gertis. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, right. I was supposed to print a label for this Joshua Yang. I didn't do that last night. Okay, let me log in and get Joshua Yang's address. It's part of the Yang gang. Remember that? We are not able to find this transaction ID. What? That doesn't sound good. Oh, there we go. Okay. We got Mr. Joshua Yang's address. Okay, let's get him an email. Nicholas, you got that nice fire energy. Maybe it grades 10. Hopefully it does. I miss birthday streams. You like the birthday streams better? How's it going, Joseph? Joseph Jones. Finland, Sweden, Switzerland all seem pretty good places to live. Didn't Sweden see a massive increase in crime, though? Crime and rape. Switzerland has, like, no-go zones and everything now, right? Where you're not allowed to go because you'll get assaulted. Are you black, TCC? I'm black where it counts. Is that racist? I think that's racist. I'm not a racist. I'm a minority. My grandma was Filipino. That makes me a minority. Stupid, man. There's so much obsession over race in our country. It kind of sickens me. I wish I lived in a place where nobody even talked about race. Nobody thought about it. Nobody talked about it. It wasn't a subject. There were other things to talk about. You know what I mean? Like things that are more important than your immutable characteristics. Subadana says, last Slow Bro spot. Oh, it's over. Where's that Slow Bro? Ah, here it is. I gotta sneeze, man. Sneezing, coughing, sneezing, coughing. This room's tainted. It's evil. I should just move this whole stream into the downstairs basement. This is a tainted room. I'm sure of it. All right, here goes. Number 9. Joseph says, I miss this channel. That's why we'd be singing, Baby Come Back. Da, 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 da. Where you been? You taking a little break? You know, people take break from content. That's the truth. So you have some content for a while, then you take a break from it. All right. Sneezing is racist. That was a racism sneeze. Twitter won't cancel you, mister. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bless you, mister, just in case of a ghost. Joseph Jones hadn't been doing too well. Oh, Mrs. Joseph Jones hadn't been doing too well. I did not know that. How is she now? Is she all right? Needed to allocate funds differently. Oh, I feel you on that, man. My wife was herself saying that maybe she doesn't want to live in Lake of the Ozarks. She's thinking about, you know, I asked her where in America does she want to move? And you know what her answer is? She's like, maybe I don't want to live in America. That was her answer. So, I don't know. Maybe we need to step outside the country and come back and appreciate it more. I'm not sure. But, yeah, she's talking about maybe getting us out of here. I don't know. Here we are. Let's see. Bud Light equals trans party. All right. Jeremy says 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Jeremy. Here we go. What do we got? Philip Webb, 1. Jeremy, 2. Arturo, 3. 4. 5. 6. Wow. 7. Whoa! Riley Allen, the guy who bought 2 spots. That's pretty lucky. This is why I enjoy being single. Live in Dubai. We've seen Dubai, and she would probably like to move there than live in any American city. So I think what's going on is she would like to live in or near a big, you know, heavily populated city, just not any of the American ones. Isn't that crazy? So we moved out here to get away from the city. I like it out here, by the way. I'm not a sociable person. So you can ask John. I'm not a sociable person. So I could go a very long time with seeing nobody. But she is missing humanity. But it's weird because she doesn't want to go near American cities. So she's like, well, where can we go outside of the U.S. to feel like a different culture? We don't like the culture here. We don't like the crime rates. And yeah, it's just it's kind of sad. Cities are horrible. Your wife speak other languages? No, I don't think she speaks anything fluently, but she is a rabid learner. She would learn. If we actually moved out, she would learn in like a year. She would just sit there learning all day long. She's like that. If she's motivated, she'll learn something very quickly. Riley Allen. Moving means no more streams. What will I do? That's not true at all. You know, Canada is pretty safe and your postage won't skyrocket like it would moving overseas. Actually, shipping to Canada is pretty expensive. the things that bother us here in the United States are sort of just as bad in Canada, I would argue. I don't think Canada would actually be a choice. People are migrating to Canada. Yeah, I don't think we'd go to Canada. We would probably move somewhere warm. And I think one of the things we're trying to escape is some of the politics here. Yeah. Don't move to Canada. Taxes are brutal here. Here we are. All right. So it's time for a new mini slab break. What should it be? Typically, it's a cheap card on the table. Let's make it this Gengar. All right. This Gengar is the new mini slab break. Wait, we don't need to do this. Move to Ukraine. Here we are. She probably liked that. That doesn't even make sense, does it? Here we are. My wife has a thing for the Eastern Europe. I don't know why. Here we go. I have 2 cats. They're both cuddly cats. What? You're crazy. Moving with Top G. Romania. She probably would like that. Here we are. Dubai it is. Yeah, I like Dubai. I did research on Dubai. The low taxes. It's a little more on the conservative side, that country is. And it's clean and it's safe. Those are all pretty good marks. The future looks bright for Dubai. Dubai and Qatar, right? What about Alaska? No. Are there any big U.S. cities that are very safe? There are not. If you want to go to the safest U.S. cities, you have to go up north to like Vermont. Vermont has some safe cities. Vermont, maybe like Massachusetts. Maine. I believe Maine is very safe. Well, this sticker is kind of too big. There we are. Will be implementing a tax scheme. Maybe. Just move to St. Louis. St. Louis has one of the worst crime rates in the country. So that's why we do not go to St. Louis. I'm in Massachusetts, mister. Come see D's nuts. Give it some. Mr. Pot just became legal. There's some good spots in upstate New York, too. Yeah, there's some good spots in California, too, like gated communities. So you move to a nice place and you live in a gated community, and then you get stabbed in the neck in San Francisco anyways. I think that Portland is the safest place in the United States. Go to Scotland. I'm going to Scotland, bro. What are you talking about? I'm going to Scotland. Okay, this is the new mini slab break. It is this lovely Cardos Gengar. I thought Dubai was dangerous, just like 30 minutes outside in the slums. Guess that's everywhere, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point, Drake. There's probably a dangerous place in Dubai. There's probably a dangerous place everywhere. Here we are. Unless you're living in Japan. Japan has pretty much no unsafe places. That's what I've heard. I could be wrong about that. All right, let's take this guy off the table. He's not for sale, so we need to get some for sale things on that table. Umbreon break. Raikou poker card. Darkrai. Ooh, he's cool, man. Aren't the Walmarts in Portland closing? That is very bad, says Dakota. Teens killed in Florida. Riddled with human feces everywhere. Imagine being a rich inventor, living in an awesome life, and you're taken out by a stabbing. Yeah, I want to point out, I'm not sure what's more dangerous, being shot or being stabbed, but I have a feeling it's being stabbed. And it's Jonathan says for submission number 10. Whoa, okay, let me write you down, Jonathan. Dude, Jonathan's keeping these orders busy with the grading. He just sent in $500 for card grading. That's a lot. So we're gonna have TCCG returns. Jonathan Morris. Oops, sent in $500 on 4-5. Oh wait, that's the returns channel. I'm such a goof. Here we are. Here we are. There we go. Sweet. Patrick Grieve, 2 spots in the Unified Minds. You and John are awesome. You're awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate the business. I'm way more scared of being stabbed than being shot. Getting shot is quick and easy. Stabbed for sure. Finish the slowpoke slab. It's over. Can I get a spot in the Umbreon? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Patrick Grieve. I feel like we need some data. We need some facts. You know, people look at the facts and then they go, oh, okay, that's how you reach these opinions. Here's Mark Duez, Dark Mag Cargo SLAB-AWAY. Is he still up here? Oh, wait. He's in the expensive slab box, isn't he? Yeah, Karis and I are pretty sensitive to crime. If we knew we were living in a place that ranked poorly on crime, we would leave. We wouldn't stick around. Oh, is it not in here? I haven't seen it so far. Okay, so you must be slabbing away. Wait. Maybe Mark Duez already has it in SLAB-AWAY, and he's making a payment toward it. Oh my god. How do I reach these keys? Move to Germany. Oh, man, Germany wants a lot of tax money. I guess Japan does too. That's a problem I have moving outside of the USA is everyone wants all your money. Oh, you want to live here? That's fine. 50% tax rate. Like, what? I actually don't understand how the regular people put up with that. Casey, yeah, I'm not a fan of Germany for some reason. What about you guys? You guys a big fan of moving to Germany? Casey Cole says 2XY evolutions. Oh, right. This got added to the menu recently. Where did we put it? Where did we put the XY evolutions after we opened it? Oh, here it is. From a fresh case and a fresh box. How many spots left on Umbreon? He's a moving. Let's see how many spots have been paid out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 spots. Nice. Might be gone by Friday. Remember, that's when everyone gets paid. It's Wednesday today. Rude people in Germany, if you speak English, they will be rude to you. I don't care too much about rudeness. Everyone's that way. Actually, didn't Italy just passed a law, didn't they? Oh, no, they're talking about passing a law where if you speak English, they will fine you. You're not allowed to speak English or something like that. So every country doesn't want to see their population being taken over by a different language. You know what I mean? And is that racism? Maybe they're just all racist bigots in Italy. Maybe the Germans who are rude to you if you speak English are just racist bigots. When are we going to reach a point where we realize it's not race? It's just nature. It's natural, man. It's like the birds and the bees. Everyone speaks one language. You're coming in and getting rid of that language. I don't like that. You know what I mean? People don't like change. People like to protect what was theirs. People are territorial. That's not crazy. Oh, you're evil. I see how it is. You got Eradicate. I'm going to eradicate those Pokemon cards. Fake news. Me and you, TCC. Blech. Here we are. People like the same language that they grew up hearing as kids to still be spoken in their hometown, you know? Hey, I lived here my whole life. Why do we have to change our language? Ooh. Ooh. Bring back the old Matt. I hate the change, says Alex. Oh, Casey Cole. Mr. Casey with the CA. He also wants an Evolving Skies. Well, you're just a rich roller, aren't you? He's got some expensive packs coming. 2 Pogo English. Oh, good. We need to sell some of this Pogo English. That's why it's in the live customs for so cheap. You love Sea Shanty? It's catchy, isn't it? 1 Gypsy Baseball. You're in luck, because I got a Gypsy Baseball box for you right here. Is that the pack break bag? No, that's the, that's not the pack break bag. That's the Umbreon break bag. Some statistics says the majority of the world is going to be Muslim. Oh, please. Everyone's always afraid of one group taking over another group. There we go. I would say one problem, though, for Europe is they're not having any more children. And Japan's not having any more children. And the reason that this isn't a problem for the Muslims is because they follow a religious code that says, you better have kids or else. Right? So, if I had to pick a religion that was least pro-feminist, it would probably be Islam. And they still have kids as a result. Because the more feminist your society is, the less kids you have. And that's because women choose career over having a family. And so it's not complicated. It's a really simple explanation. So if you're a country that mainly practices women having children and not taking, financial jobs, all jobs are financial, right? You're going to not have the same population decline. So all these other countries are, the women are working and there's population decline. That's just how it is. God is better than your God. My God is better than your God, just saying. Is that why Karens get mad and tell me to speak Spanish when I'm at Walmart? Think we could take Russia and populate all that unused area in the cold? God is legit on the same level as Santa Claus. Can I have a card? It says Atria's Pokemon cards. Yeah, 1, 2. No, I like Santa Claus better because Santa Claus doesn't kill people in floods. Santa Claus doesn't kill the firstborn child of everyone in Egypt, even people who are unrelated with the Pharaoh's decision. Santa Claus just comes down your chimney and he gives you presents. Only if you've been good, though. If you've been an evil person, like maybe a mass killer, then he gives you coal. So I think God would have gotten a lump of coal those years where he did some mass killings. Santa would have been like, God, you're getting a lump of coal because that's not okay. Santa is Satan. Joke's on you guys. Would you let another man go down your chimney? Ho, ho, ho. Like that. I have no God. I save 1 day a week and all the tithes. Right, that's correct. So I don't have to pay any tithes, and I think I save a lot of money as a result. I was from a poor family, and we gave the church money every week. What the fuck? That's so stupid, dude. The church should be giving you money. Isn't the church always saying they do charity for poor people? My family was poor. Here we are. We're giving them money. Stupid. Crazy stupid. I will not make that mistake. I will not be giving my money away to any religious group. My money will stay in my bank account and go to my children. All right, so Casey Cole. Let's find your bag, Casey. What does religion do for us? Well, religion, it answers the question, where did we come from? It gives you supposed objective morality. So they say, this is the rule, you have to follow it. Why? Well, because Jesus said so. Because God says so. And so people follow those rules, and that does create some social cohesion. Also, a lot of culture comes out of religion too. So there's a lot of music, a lot of art, a lot of clothing. You get rituals. You get probably the benefits of meditating. I've heard there's a lot of benefits to meditating. So I actually still remember being in the Catholic Church and feeling very calm after church. So there's the benefits of meditating. So there's stuff in it. And no matter what you say about atheism and all that stuff, we still don't know where humans came from or how the world started and all that. But, it's just like, but then they want your money and it's like, oh, come on, dude. Jeremy Patterson says, get me in that slab break. Which one? This one? Wait, where'd it go? Oh, it's over here now. We need Poke meditation. I pay over $10K a year for tithing. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Kanai Joe. If Mr. never has children before he dies, are we considered his children as well? Yes. Life is weird. We need Poke meditation. The churches around me are bigger than Walmart and have extravagant architecture. Like, how much can you really build onto a church before it's too much? Can't imagine how much they spend on renovation. Well, I mean, look at the cathedrals in Europe, the ancient cathedrals built like 500 years ago when there were no cranes and no technology. How expensive are those? We don't even build buildings that magnificent today, and we've got all the technology. So it would be cheaper and more efficient to build them today, and we don't build them. So they must have been spending oodles of money on the churches in the past. How rich were they back then? I don't know. Maybe labor was cheaper. I don't know. But they built magnificent cathedrals in like Italy and France and all over. And yeah, the Florence Cathedral, right? How about the Florence Cathedral? Huge, dude. Massive. Have you guys seen the Florence Cathedral? You guys have seen it, right? They built, let's see, Florence Cathedral. It was completed, catch this, look at this. Completed in 1436. Let me say this. If we were ever to argue that one group of people was smarter than another group of people, you got to look at that 1436 Cathedral of Florence and go, what were they smoking that made them capable of building that? Because that's wild. You know what I mean? Those guys must have been real smart. 1436, what was the level of technology in 1436? It was nothing, right? But let's take a quick look at the pictures of it, because they were building this crap back then. How did they do it? Look at this. So this is the cathedral, completed in 1436. Look at that. They built this shit in 1436. How? Look at those statues inside of the building. We don't build crap like this today. We don't have the skill, maybe. Look at it. Do you see the size of it? Look at the little cars. They're like ants compared to it. You're telling me they built this in 1436? How? That's like magic, dude. Look at the size of that man in front of the door. How did they do that? Geniuses, man. Geniuses. And then you know what happened? Europe became the best place to live for a long time. And it's not a surprise, because the people living in Europe were the descendants of the people who built that in 1436. It's not complicated. You pass your genes down. That's how it works. You passed your genes down. Whoever built that had children, and those children lived in that society. And they had children, and so on and so forth. There's places in the world, this is what I'm saying, there's places in the world where no one built cathedrals like that. No one built anything like that. And those places, I don't think they're good today still. The places to go now are all the places that had those cathedrals. Italy, France, UK's got big, beautiful buildings. All the places with the big, beautiful architecture. They're still the best places to live. They're still the places everyone's trying to get into. And any place that didn't build those back in the 1400s are still the places no one wants to live. No one's moving there. Nicholas Gertis, shipping for my bag and slabs. Oh, Nick! Where are you, Nick? Here we are. Beautiful. You got a fat one, huh? I think anyone with blind faith is dangerous. Free your mind, TCC. Well, I would say that my mind used to be closed when I was younger. I'm older now, and I see things as they are. So my mind is free now. It's more free than it's ever been. In the past, I was told how to feel about society. I was told how to think about people. I was told how to, whatever, just conceptualize the world. I'm free now. The places building those cathedrals, is it any wonder that they're still the places people are trying to get into? No, because all the geniuses were living in those societies. That's how they built that shit. You think it happened by... Those are the results. Those are the test results, but for back then. Not for today, for back then. And yeah, and so a lot of my concepts of the world are coming from this better understanding of how things are working. We're told to believe in a lot of ideas when we're young, when we're kids. Primarily to be nice, by the way. Yeah, we're primarily taught to be nice as kids. I don't really believe in any of that anymore. I believe the world's this severe kind of mating competition. And that's because there's a gene trying to pass itself down, and everyone's got their own version of it, and we're all trying to pass that gene down. And some people manage to do it, and some people don't. And a lot of it comes down to intelligence. And some places express a much, much, much higher level of intelligence than other places, like Tokyo, Japan. Must be a lot of smart people over there building advanced societies. U.S. cities in decline. Ugly. Not fun to walk in. Dangerous. Get stabbed to death, even though you're some super important CEO. Get stabbed to death. That's American cities. That's how I feel about them right now. Okay. Oh, we're not done. He needs 2 live customs and 10 fusion strikes. You got it. Nicholas Gertis. Ready? These cards don't matter. Your house doesn't matter. No material possessions matter. Well, I mean, they matter right now. Like, let's see. There's people who are living in slums, and then there's me living in a lake house. So it matters right now. All right, here we go. Shup it. And 1 large. Very good. we have the skill to build stuff like that, they just don't have their mindset. I mean, things were a lot more cost-effective labor-wise back then. Law. Yeah, you might be right. But, I mean, think about how complex that building must have been. It was completed in the 1400s, so you know it began 100 years ago, because that's how long it takes to build those cathedrals. So it began in the 1300s. That's wild. They built that, like, 600 years ago. They don't even have, they're not even close to our technology. We got all these computers and cranes and superpower. They built it with, like, sticks and stones, basically. I don't know what exactly they were using, but they didn't have, like, you know, they weren't using, I don't think they were using motor vehicles, but they still built it. Those are like the pyramids of Giza, but for that time period, it's wild. And we, you know, I always see it and I'm always shocked by it. Every time I see that stuff, I go, this is why, you know, all the cool stuff like Lamborghini, isn't that Italian? I don't remember if Lamborghini's Italian. All the cool fancy stuff comes out of just a couple countries, because that's where their children were born. They're born in those countries. Their children were born in those countries. Hey, Card Condos, with the subject today, architecture. I guess we're talking about cities. A lot of girls worry about BBLS. I don't know what that means. Weren't Beanie Babies the rave? What last 100 years, let alone 600 years? Exactly. How did they do it? Exactly. Yeah, how did they do it? That's really wild. All right, so, Nicholas, you're in luck. You get 2 spots over here. It says 1 large, but actually it's 2 larges. So there we go. The Gyarados large is moving quickly. It's almost done. Man, it's kind of wild. So here's what's left of the Gyarados large. And you get 2 spots over here, Nicholas. That Gyarados moving much faster than the Scyther did. There it is. There's TCC slabs on eBay. Yep. What's the best city in America? I'd say LA. We invested in technology, and they probably had advanced sounds and sonic stuff we didn't invest in. It was a mermaid band. Okay, this goes back in the box now. My generation's so indoctrinated, it's sad. Your generation, are you Gen Z? How old are you, Piasu? And what do you mean indoctrinated into what? Religion? What belief do they hold that they should not hold? 1, 2, 3. No bodies were ever found in a pyramid, but they tell us they were tombs. They were all raided. I think young people are easy to indoctrinate. That's why it's so scary to think that they would be allowed to vote. Now, 10 fusion strikes. Are you ready? Let's get you those good fusion strikes. This is still Nicholas Gerdes. They did it by believing in the heart of the cards. All right. I thought that Gengar 5.5 was SLAB-AWAY by someone. No, the Gengar 5.5 is now the mini break. It's got 10 spots. There we go. Give kids a cell phone and they are slaves forever. I lost one of my best friends to religion. I'm 23, indoctrinated by being mad at the world and God and caring about fornicating and partying. Okay, so mad at the world would be grievances, right? So grievance politics. Mad at God. I don't think they're mad at God. I think a lot of them don't believe in old religious ideas. Caring about fornicating. So actually, the data shows us young people have less sex than ever. Young women have less sex than their moms and their grandmas, and young men have way less sex than their dads and their grandpas. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, man, what a pull. So glad you kept opening these, Nicholas. Look at that, everybody. Celebi Alternative Art. Man, that's a beautiful card. You forget this is in there. In Japan, this was a promo, I believe. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Guys are addicted to porn. Yeah, you would think that porn would lead to more casual sex, and I think there is more casual sex, actually. But I think there is another issue going on for young men where they are just kind of like not a very good mating option for women. And what's going on is women are taking jobs and saying, I don't want to be with men. So I don't think that men would turn down a chance to have sex with a hot girl just because of porn. Everyone likes to use pornography as a scapegoat. I think it should be studied because we don't know the effects of adult entertainment on adults and young people over a long period of time. So it should be studied anyways. But I don't think it's pornography. I think it's a lack of availability of women. But also I think it's because the guys don't have anything to offer. So I know it sounds kind of mean, but honestly, I think a lot of guys are kind of turning into losers. So I think that's part of it too. They're just kind of like bums, dude. And maybe that's because we don't get enough physical exercise. Too many video games, actually. You know, when you were younger, in the past, I guess you didn't play any video games, so you spent most of your time outside. And you're probably younger and handsome, more handsome looking as a result of just getting that physical activity. And I would bet that girls don't really want to hook up with the guy who sits around playing RuneScape or something, you know, all day long. What's the name of that video game? I don't know. World of Warcraft. There we go. So if a guy's playing World of Warcraft all day and he's turning into kind of a stinky, gross guy, she don't want to have sex with them. And he chooses to play that video game rather than go out and have sex with her. But you can blame the porn if you want, but I don't think that's stopping people from wanting to have sex with a hot girl. I just think that it probably guys aren't earning enough money. They're not educating themselves enough. They're not bettering themselves enough. And then you have a greater availability of food than ever before. And at the same time, World of Warcraft. So they're just kind of staying home and playing World of Warcraft. I bet that large spike of men not having sex are literally just the guys who sit around playing games all day and doing nothing else. You know what I mean? In Japan, they call it like hikikimori. It's the hikikomoris. Here in America, we just don't use a term for them. I practice celibacy. I have no hot sex. I have no sex with no hot girl for a reason. Male toxicity has to add to it. Women expect everything from a guy. Well, yeah, because you might get her pregnant. Duh. You want to get pregnant with the loser's baby, and that's the rest of your life. So girls are smarter nowadays because they're more educated. And they go, I don't want a bum's baby in my belly. I want some loser's baby, some average, boring Joe. I want some super smart, educated, wealthy, handsome guy. Because once I'm pregnant, I'm stuck with that child for the next 18 years. That's the rest of their life, basically. So they're smart. They don't want some boring, you know, mediocre, yeah, I play Warcraft every day. They don't want that. I wouldn't either. If I was a girl, I wouldn't either. I'd say, no. No, no, no. No, thank you. Here we are. Some guy, he's like addicted to weed, laying around. Yeah, I just watch weed and masturbate. You think that's enticing to a girl? It's the opposite of enticing. It's like scaring them away. They go, holy shit, that's not what I'm into. Yeah, and maybe there is a girl that's into it. But if she's into that, you're probably having to share her with a couple guys. That's the truth, because she's into anything. But if you want a girl with a bit of a higher standard, well, you have to fit into that higher standard. You know what I mean? You have to be a higher standard. Drake Brown says 2 lost origins. Here we are. 1 unified minds. So I pick on weed a lot. I'm sorry about that. So some parents got babies they didn't want, and we got stuck with them here. Girls like guys who play Monster Hunter. That's right. Here we go. Well, at the time that my wife met me, that was 10 years ago. Okay, so we've been together 10 years. I'm not in the best shape. I'm working on that. But, you know, because I've got all this desk job, I've put on weight since we met. But when we met, I was ambitious. I had no addictions. I was extremely clever with my money, despite not having very much of it. And I was in college for a higher education and taking on the same degree she was, computer science, which is a high-paying kind of job. So she knew once I graduated, I'm a good bet for an income. And when we met, I talked to her about we're going to live where we want to live. We're going to have a huge income. We're going to retire early. I was saying that stuff 10 years ago. And it's been 10 years later, and we're like done with all that. We got a nice house. We're closer to retirement than ever before. We got our education done. So all those things were true about me. And guess what? Back then, I wasn't a bum who played video games all day long. It's just true. You know, it's just true. So there's guys out there. I love video games. Love them. But they get put to the side when there's other things that need to be done. So they're not like super important. They're just like watching TV, you know? It's not important. More Pokey Rips, less Fables. Open Pokies! You didn't play any games in college? We played a couple games together, but college was more important. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys who are busy stuck playing games, you could argue they don't even bother going to college. They're busy playing their video games, you know? They get into a routine. There we go. But I don't always think that college is the solution. If I could do it all over again, I would skip the college portion. I would go straight to opening a business. So I would skip the college because college is really expensive. If you go to college, make sure you go at least for the valuable degrees. If you go, okay, don't go there for a useless degree. But if you really want to be rich, just go straight to opening your company. Go straight to opening any business. That business is the pathway to wealth. Not education's just a tool. And so it could be a very expensive, useless tool if you go for nothing. I don't want to comment about this stuff. I refuse to offend anyone because I'm nice. Take only the good classes. We all need money to stay afloat. I played college basketball. Sex, do the 5. No liberal arts degrees. Well, you know, if they make you wealthy, you can take a liberal arts degree. It just better make you wealthy because girls are paying attention to that. They want to know that you got college debt, but you got a good income. So they're paying attention to that kind of stuff. Here we go. Here's Houndoom. A girl wants to know your prospects. Like, what's this guy's prospects? Is this guy a safe bet? Is he a good bet? Is he going to give me a good time? Am I going to regret dating him? So easy to just not date a guy rather than date a guy who you later regret. Because regret's awful. Here's Darkrai. I feel like for girls, you're living in a time period where guys are kind of uglier and grosser than they used to be. You know what I mean? You ever see like old videos of the past? All the guys looked more handsome. They looked healthier. And they like smiled more. You know what I mean? You just saw like a smile on their face. Nowadays, you see guys and they're all dressing to be like cool. I don't know where this came from, but they're like this culture where you have to be cool. You have to treat women poorly, and or it's just like that, or they're like part of like some, I don't know, some group that you wonder if they're getting enough testosterone or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying what I saw in my mind. I'm saying they strike me as unhealthy. Very unhealthy in some serious way, like genetically not very good. And so you're looking for a guy who's physically fit, intelligent, and going to bring in a good income. That's just the mating dance, you know? And so if you're a guy, your job is to play your cards right with whatever you're given, but also to improve your position. And a lot of guys, I don't think, want to improve their position. They want to log into their video games for the night. Matthew Favreau, 2 for the Gengar break. Mr. Matthew... YouTube, silence, mister. What about a business degree? Is that good? I question if it's good. I really do. Because a lot of the stuff you're going to learn at college in the business classes, you can literally just open a book and read on your own. But then again, you walk out with that degree that says, I have a business degree. So it comes down to whether that piece of paper really translates into money when you go to open up your business. You know what I mean? 1% of men make 6 figures a year. Mister's telling us to step up. I'm saying that's the portion of life you can take control of. So you can argue life is unfair for men all day long. What do you want to do about it? You know, vote that girls should have to date you? That's stupid. So you have to go do something. If you're like not in a good position, you got to go put yourself in your best position. Most important part of business is just to start and make mistakes. Don't go to college. Change your style. What do you do? Amen. All right. So next up, we've got Kyle Vale, the Knight from the Vale. He says, I have a bag for English Paramount War. Okay. We have such a mix of cards these days. There we go. What happens when we reach the point of having enough business owners? The business owners competes, and some lose and some win, and the losers don't get as hot of girlfriends. That's how it works. And then you don't have... it's like asking, well, what happens when the lions defeat the hyenas, or the hyenas defeat the lions? It's just the nature of it, man. And you're way ahead of everybody if you're simply aware that that's what's going on, because a lot of kids aren't even told this shit. I don't know why. Every dad should take his son, pull him aside, and say, life is a vicious competition, and that's all it is. And it's a competition for genetic supremacy so that you can pass your genes down because you express yourself better than someone else. And when the girls pick the guys out, that's what they're doing. They're going, which one of these guys has the better offering to me? And they're going, that guy does. And I want to avoid these crazy guys over here. The guys who are like, I don't know, they're manic or they're depressed and anxious and they've got nothing to offer and no prospects and no ambition. So those are what the girls are doing. They're saying, I'm staying far away from those guys. And so that's all life is all this other stuff we do, like getting jobs, making art. It's just some abstract way of acquiring a loving relationship. That's all it is. It's just an abstract way of acquiring that. It's an abstract way of having children, and those children are you again. You know what I mean? You are your parents right now. That's all you are. You're your parents and your grandparents and all your ancestors, and you've made it to this point. Money gives you confidence and happiness. That's not true. Because I already had confidence. When I was dating, I already had confidence. What gives you confidence is accomplishment. Accomplishment gives you confidence. And if you've accomplished nothing, it's because you're busy playing video games, probably. And again, I played a lot of games. I love video games. Love them. And I don't think they should be taken away. I don't think you should say, I'm never playing video games again. But if you're playing video games and you got no accomplishments other than playing the video game, which is a fake accomplishment, well, then you need to go out and do something, dude. You need to go out and get like a more difficult job that scares you, or apply for something you've never done before. A lot of life is just doing something you've never done before, but you're scared to do it, so you don't want to. So you stay in your routine and you keep playing video games. But the video game's a fake accomplishment. That's all it is. But it's fun. 1 Kardos Gengar. You got it? 1,300 hours on Smite. Yeah, that's evidence. I've been playing that for 10 years, though. But yeah, that's another game that I really love. But if you looked into my finances, you would find that I'm pretty good. If you look into the hours that I work per day, you would say I'm a productive, hardworking person. And I still play a little video games. You're right. Yeah, I like them. It didn't stop me from having multiple relationships. It didn't stop me from getting married. But there's something stopping some guys from reaching that point. And I don't know if it's a lack of ambition. I don't know if it's a lack of seriousness. You might lack seriousness. A lack of self-control, maybe. Maybe there's a particular drug you're doing and all you care about is sort of like your drug lifestyle. You might have a drug you really like, drinking, smoking, I don't know. But your lifestyle is just buying that drug and then getting into that high feeling that the drug gives you and doing nothing else. You got to go down this pathway that's painful to become like successful. It's all pain, basically. It's like the guys who work out and get all the muscles. How do they accomplish that? Well, it's all pain. That's the concept of it. And girls see that and they go, ooh, that's attractive. This guy's got a lot of pain tolerance. He's got a lot of ambition. I can see it on him. Physically, I can see it on him. He goes through a lot of suffering to accomplish the things he wants. You know what I mean? So muscles are sort of like this physical, literal observation of a guy who has a lot of self-control. 2 live customs. 1 and 2. His PP is small, but he has a lot of money. Tate Economist. Mister, the new Tate. Well, I don't know what he says because I never listen to him. But if it's anything like what I just said, it's all true. Ooh. Here's Rufflet. Wait, is that it? I think it's Rufflet. How's the Diamond Pearl Pack Break going? Yeah, Diamond Pearl Pack Break. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, 4. But, I feel like all this stuff is something your dad should have sat you down and told you. And so it all starts there. Like, your dad has to sit you down and tell you these things. And if he's not telling you these things, you're at a huge disadvantage. Wow. Nice, man. Salazzle. Look at this. So you just pulled this $200 Salazzle, Mr. Kyle Vale. What if you don't have a father? That's all part of the decay, man. That's all part of, like, why some societies have some gigantic, beautiful cathedral and others don't. It started with some guy who said, I'm not going to raise my own kids, and he ran off. And then those kids never get the attention and the intelligence and the knowledge that they need from their dad, and so they never go out and build cathedrals. So that's all part of it. And then you could ask, why did the dad run away in the first place? Maybe he was the genetically bad guy. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have the genes to stick around and raise his own offspring. So you could trace it all back, perhaps, to genetics. You could argue maybe it's a cultural thing. A lot of people on the left will argue, well, it's because the system didn't give him enough free money. If the system just gives him free money, then he'll be a good dad. So that's what they'll say, but that's so not true. That's unnatural. When you look at nature, that's not how it works. There's no like herd of monkeys where one monkey gives everyone else all the money and then they're good dads. You know, that it's more like one silverback gorilla kills all the other males and then has all the bitches, right? So that's actually how it runs. Same with like the lion prides, right? The first thing the new lion guy does, he runs around, he kills all the young males, so he has no competition. So that's what you actually see in the wild. And so whenever somebody on the left says, well, I'm just waiting for the socialism to fix all my problems, I always laugh because it won't. It'll never fix your problem. Socialism's not a new idea. It's been around forever, and it has never made the guys at the bottom tier of a society wealthy. It's never made the guys at the bottom tier of society successful. Never. It's always a trick from the guys at the top who have like the snake tongues, and they tell you, hey, this is what you need. Just wait for me to give you this stuff. Vote for me. Give me power. Those are the snake-tongued guys, and they tell you that's the solution to all your problems, and it never is. There's a single solution. You have to compete directly with the guy at the top by opening your own business. That's the actual solution. So all this clever speaking about, oh, well, you know, the free money's just around the corner. You just have to do what you're told. And you just have to overthrow society and it'll be fixed. It's like, it won't. And all that'll happen is the smart guys will rise to the top of that again. You know, and sometimes the smart guys are the guys leading like the rebellion, you know what I mean? Because they want their position, and the old smart guys are not willing to fight for it. Reagan said the 9 scariest words are, I'm with the government. We're here to help you. How much money do you think it'll cost to open a Pokemon card shop, a stable one? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think it would cost very much out here in Lake of the Ozarks. You would just need to acquire a piece of property. Property is pretty cheap out here. And then I think you just acquire your product, your inventory, right? And that part's expensive. Once you have your inventory, I think you just need people to come in and buy it. So the question is, is the market right? Will people actually show up to your shop and go shopping in it? And maybe they will. Out here in Lake of the Ozarks, there's not enough things to do, and there's a lot of cheap property. So it might actually work out here. But on the other hand, the population is not that large, which means not that many customers. How many spots left in the vintage? So many spots! Kyle Vale. All right, Kyle, you had a great round. Congratulations on your expensive card you pulled. And you got the ace guy. Whoa. Kyle Vale. That's why you need to shop at the new amusement park. Yeah, that'd be cool. Did you see the tornado that killed 5 in South Missouri? I believe it. It was so windy last night. It was crazy. Did you see the story about the NC rep that won office 5 months ago as a Democrat and is now changing parties to Republican? Oh, that's very crummy for people who are Democrat and voted for him. That's clever, though. All right, now that I'm in office, I'm a Republican. That's funny. There we go. All right. I think that Republicans would be equally as frustrated if a Republican won office that they voted for and then they swapped over to being a Democrat. Not going to make your voters happy. Mr. Roll Campus, 2 spots in the Umbreon slap break. You got it, man. I'm mad. All right, let's speed things up a little bit. I know we've been ranting a lot about issues. I enjoy talking about issues. That's why I got into being a content creator, because I like talking about them. But we also run this card shop. Here we are. You guys are, unfortunately, you hear all my terrible ideas. Here we go. Alan Martin, 1 pack of evolutions. Here we are. Little scummy to the voters and the donators. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If it happened to the other party, we'd be just as frustrated. Be like, dude. Whoa! Wow, look at that Ninetales, man. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Liking the centering on it. Look over there. Nobody's talking about the train derailment now. Now it storms. Here we are. Well, because there's always something to talk about, man. I think there's this conspiracy going on that the news is always trying to lead you away from the real story. Sometimes it's just people don't care about the story because they've already heard it and they're moving on to the next story. Alan Martin with an A-L. This looking like a crisp case, boys. We like crisp cases, that's for sure. Changing parties gives Republicans a majority. Oh, I didn't know that part. Maybe she was paid. Is it she? Maybe she was paid to do it. Hey, join us. We'll give you a big paycheck. Tyler Balbo, 4 evolutions. Damn. Evolution's selling, man. I'm cashing out on these evolutions, by the way. Back when I bought them, $140 a box. Now it's like $700 a box. So that's an investment that I made back then, and I am now benefiting from that investment today. That's that Pokemon investment, man. That's why I like Pokemon cards. They perform better than the stock market. Been watching the stock market for a long time, and Pokemon cards are beating it. That's because Pokemon cards are so speculative. Serious investors don't want to put real money in it, and so it's really just us people having fun around with it, and so it's like it's not as competitive of a market, and there's these big swings that occur. NPR criticizes Twitter for slapping it with the state affiliate media label. There we go. Wow, really? There we are. There we go. We need a burrito egg. Machop, Tangela, Vulpix, Weedle, Raticate. Here we are. There we go. Let's see. Hope your day is going good. What's up, William? Today's going all right. I like this Pikachu. Oh, wow, look at this pack. So one of the things about these packs is, look at this. First of all, he got Mewtwo out of here. Wow. Mewtwo EX. Here's the Voltorb reverse. Very cool. You got this Surfing Pikachu. This is actually gradable. You can grade that Pikachu. And then you got the regular common and common Pikachu. It's pretty neat. For a while, these evolution cards were super expensive. But they really fell in price over time to a more, let's say, a more correct price. They had like a price correction based on how available the packs were. And I wonder if over time, if you'll see them rise up again. Here we are. I feel like the price is really steadied out for all these, though. Kids selling kittens at Democrat convention 2 weeks later. Same kids selling same kittens at Republican convention. Man ask, aren't those the same kittens? Kid says yes, but now they have their eyes open. Oh, my God. I mean, here we are. Okay, so you got Nidoking in this pack. One of the things I also like about the evolutions is you always get something, right? Because the reverse hollows give you a really great chance for a good pull. Here we are. Okay, Nidoking break, and Ponyta. We got Ponyta. So nice. See, you're always going to get like a reverse hollow like this one. So you always have a shot for something cool to show up. Master Set Evo would be sick. I got an Evolutions PSA 10 holographic Magneton and an Evolutions PSA 10 Chansey. Two of the hardest to pull cards from this set. Not hard to pull, but hard to grade 10. So I'm very happy with that. I almost had Master Set of Evo, but then it got money. You mean then it kind of fell in price? Yeah, anyone who was buying these too early, you bought before a lot of it had finished grading. That was the mistake, by the way. So one Moonbreon. Let's open up that Evolving Skies pack. Are you ready? It's 5:30. I'm going to call no more orders. Okay, guys? No more orders. A great daytime stream. A lot of fun. There we go. Psyduck, Temple, Gigalith. That's a cold one. All right. Now this price. Tyler Balbo. Here we are. Yeah, I'm curious. What do you guys think would be a good business to open up these days? I'm out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and it's really an undeveloped area with a lot of cheap land. And so whenever I hear somebody say something like, oh, I couldn't open a business, I always laugh because it's like, well, the problem is you're trying to open a business in like San Francisco or LA or San Diego where there's like already a million businesses. There's a million of them. There's places that need developing. There's places that need, we have no KFC out here. And so there's all these people opening businesses out here in Lake of the Ozarks right now. It's buzzing with new businesses over here. They're building that $360 million roller coaster amusement park. There's a casino. They're challenging it. They're trying to build it, but it's being challenged by other people who also want to build a casino. They're fighting over how the taxes will work and stuff like that. So there's all this stuff happening around me. And so, you know, in my eyes, there's these business guys making all this happen. It's like, that could be you, man. That's what you want to do. You want to be, because there's, and you think there's, oh, well, there's already somebody doing it. That's somewhat true. There's a lot of competition, but there's also a lot of old people are passing away. All the boomers who used to do the business, they're gone. So they're not managing it anymore, or they're retiring. They're not managing it anymore. They're not opening new businesses. So they're done. So we have a new generation of young people, and some young people are going to be the ones to take a step to move forward to open a business, right? And that's what you want. Here we go. We got Mr. Matthew jumping in that Umbreon break. Matthew Fowler. I saw a nail salon that allows clients to smoke weed at the same time. Right. A lot of guys open their weed paraphernalia shops, and now they're going to use their profits to try and directly sell weed as it becomes legalized in some states. So they're like ahead of a trend, basically. But I think there's even conservative things you can open. Like I would say, if you're watching the trends, one of the issues for people these days is there's not enough to do. There's not enough physical things to do. Nobody's like catering toward people who are tired of playing on the internet all day and they need to go out and have fun. So you try to think of like maybe like a bowling ball laser tag place. Then you just need to do an analysis of cities that are growing, but they lack bowling balls. Or they lack bowling alleys, right? Bowling alleys have been around forever. So it's very simple to open one. There's already companies that probably help you establish a bowling ball alley. And it really just comes down to acquiring a cheap piece of land in a desirable spot that's going to expand, and then getting a business partner or financiers. You need to go around convincing people, hey, finance me. I'm making a bowling alley. That's part of your job, is to get investors, right? So if you want to start a business, you got to convince people to invest. I did all the research. Here's this place. It's underserved. I already got that cheap piece of land on a mortgage. We're going to establish this bowling alley here under this brand. We're going to build it like this. The expected numbers. Here's the number of people out here working. Here's the average income. So you do all your research already. And then you run around getting investors saying, invest in me. I'll get you 7% return. I'll get you 8% return. Zachary Stexkowski, 2 spots for the small slab break. You got it. And in our bowling alley, we serve weed. Something like that, right? But you have to drum up excitement for it, because that's what the investors are looking for. They want to see somebody who's insanely driven and has a vision and has the research and has the energy. And then they go, oh, take some of my money. Please, I have all this money laying around and it needs to earn money. Please take some of it and go build your bowling alley. Yeah, that's what the investors do. And they're going to be old people, right? Sergio L12, 2 in the cheap slab break. Whoa, this is about to end. Weed and food can never go wrong. No one likes to cook. But here, I think I can actually show you guys something that you find really interesting. All right, here we are. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Oh my God, stop it. So here's Lake of the Ozarks, where I live, and it's a quickly expanding place. And I live, let's zoom out. I live down here in Camdenton. Now look at this. Lorry Side has a bowling alley. Osage Beach has a bowling alley. Look who doesn't have a bowling alley, the city of Camdenton. That's where I live right now, the city of Camdenton. The 2 biggest areas in Lake of the Ozark are Camdenton and Osage Beach. This is the small area. This bowling alley is like from the 1970s, by the way. So there's only 2 places to go bowling. One is really old. One is in Osage Beach. And Camdenton's completely unserviced. Literally an opportunity to open a bowling alley out there. And so anytime I hear people say stuff like, oh, I couldn't open a business, like, you just don't want to open a business, because it would require you to learn. It would require you to work like a dog. You just don't feel like it. You want a job. You want someone else to figure all that stuff out. and then you just benefit from it. Jeff Leon says 1 Mushoku, and if it doesn't pay enough, you complain about it. 2 Hololives. You got it, Jeff? Did you see that fresh case of Hololive? All right. So there's an opportunity to open a bowling alley right here in Camdenton, and the local population out here will use that one rather than drive. By the way, the bowling alley in Osage Beach, that's like a 40-minute drive. So it's not a short drive. You have to drive 40 minutes to get there to use that bowling alley. And Laurie's worse. Laurie's an even further drive. So a local bowling alley in Camdenton is needed. And I think the government even offers you special tax breaks out here to build something like that, because the Camdenton government has made it known that they're very interested in expanding businesses. And so they have these special tax break loans that the government offers you where they don't tax you as harshly for a little while. You get less taxes for a little while. We need a TCC Mecca. I ordered shipping and haven't heard anything from a shipping company. What's up, Mr. Ask Kip? I need to know your PayPal name. How long ago did you order the shipping? John said I need more shipping. Can I just wait for that because I want to TCCG more stuff from my bag? I need more shipping. Oh, I see. So you need like more labels? I mean, that's fine. I don't mind. Just communicate with John and me. You can use Discord to communicate. Jeff, you got the squirrel girl. Konnichiwa. No more orders, guys. We're wrapping up. No more orders. Getting closer to the end. So another thing you could probably open right out here in Camdenton is a mini golf. Mini golf and bowling. Those businesses have been around forever. They're such a simple business too. Mini golf is so simple. You just buy a plot of land. I looked it up. You hire a company that already specializes in mini golf, and they construct it for you for like a fee. It's like, I think I read it was like 50, 60,000. It's not even that expensive. That's like what, a couple Charizards. And then after you've done that, you just gotta advertise that you're available. You know, you gotta get your website going so Google recognizes you, and make sure you picked a good plot of land that people can access. You have to have like a parking spot. Richard Silver, I have 3 spots in the Diamond Pearl pack break. Let me double check. Richard Silver. Oh, look, you don't. Richard, did we put you in the wrong bag? Richard, I might have put you in the wrong bag. Hold on. Face red, droopy eyes. Red cat whistling. Hold on, Richard Silver. We'll get this sorted. So that would, if you're in there, that would mean we are much closer to the end than I thought for the Diamond Pearl break. There we go. All right. So there's opportunities out there. Here you are, Richard Silver. Richard, we almost gave you the wrong spots. You're in the pack break now, and that's close to the end. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Jeremy Patterson, 2 in the Gengar slab break. All right, that's it. It's over. Jeremy Patterson, 9-10. I said no more orders. I saw you place that order. I saw you place that ZELLE order. Here goes. Okay, 10 spots. We getting Disney cards soon? I don't know what date they launch, but I've already ordered them. But we won't get them until they're actually launched. PB is the PayPal name. I ordered it last week, I think. Last week. Okay, so it's been 7 days. Okay. Give me a second. PB, huh? Sabadak says 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. What do we got? We got Jeremy, Matthew, Kyle Vale, Zachary Stees, L12, JP. Whoa! There we go. Mr. JP. Jeremy Patterson picks up the Gengar. Okay, let me look up last 30 days. Okay. And PB. See what that returns. Sometimes they don't update the shipping until it's delivered. That actually happens a lot, okay? And sometimes shipping can take more than a week. So we will want to wait a couple weeks before worrying about what happened. Here's Jeremy Patterson. But we're going to make sure you at least got a label printed. There you go. How nice. So lovely. I'm pissed, says Dabu. Mister, still got those free evolutions? Oh, yeah, they're free. Says right here, PB in transit. In transit. Is this an international one? April 4th, arrived at carrier facility. There you go, PB. That's your update. Thank you, man. Nothing to fear. Looks like it's on its way like it's supposed to be. Ooh. Here's a $40 slab break. So this would be the next one. So this is these are the mini slab breaks. They're $5 and they're generally like a really cheap card off the table. And so for $5 you might walk away with the cute little card. People seem to like these a lot. They move a lot faster than the big slab break, you know what I mean? So this one's smaller than the last one. There's only 8 spots. It's a beautiful vintage Giratina holographic. Ooh, from Diamond Pearl. So Cheese says 1 sneaker. You got it, Cheese. Vale says, I'm pissed. Last time I got a notice from a carrier that a package was on the way. Guess I'll wait and see. You know, it's funny. Ask Kip. They just... they deal with 1 million packages a day. Some of these, you know, these sorting facilities, they go to major hubs and they have like special laser machines that scan the label and then it's supposed to update your tracking number. It just doesn't work. A lot of the time packages slip through and they don't care, dude. They don't get paid enough to care. It's what's most important to them is that the packages move quickly. That's what they care the most about. So they make sure your package is on the move. But do they make sure it gets scanned correctly every time? Not really. They go, you know, just get this out of here. If it doesn't scan, they go, oh, bring it back. Let's scan it. They don't do that. They just go, get it moving, get it moving, get it moving. There we go. Mr. Cheese. So, I mean, have you guys ever thought about that? How is it these companies are able to scan millions of packages a day? Well, they don't. They have a big machine that's supposed to automatically do it. But the machine misses sometimes. It just doesn't do it all the time. So sometimes you got to wait for it to be delivered, and then the person doing the hand delivery to your front door, they scan it. They're supposed to. They don't always even do it too. Sometimes they forget to scan it. Okay, Arturo, get me into that cheap slab break. Arturo, mind if I put you into this one? Still pretty cool. Okay, there you go. Let's check out the ZELLE orders. SLAB-AWAY payment for L12. You got it, man. Boy, I was a chatty Cathy today. Ah, here it is. So this goes down to $100, right? Boop. All right. 1 in that pack break. 1 in the cheap slab break. Sergio. Okay. 1 in the pack break. Boy, it's so much harder to read comments when I'm on the Streamlabs app. Way easier to read them in YouTube. Jeremy Patterson says he'll jump into this cheap slab break as well. You got it, man. Cheap slab break is popular. People like going after these little slabs. That's it. I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. So for those of you who missed it, for tonight, we're going live again. And I didn't advertise it, but we have this Final Fantasies from Nightmares. This is the latest Final Fantasy set. There's a cloud in here that last sold for $2,700 in auction, ungraded. And here it is. I got a fresh case of it. So that is a fresh case. So we might have the cloud in here right now. We don't know, but he could be in this case, right? So fresh cases are the way to do it. And so that'll be available tonight. And we'll see if anyone gets lucky. But Final Fantasy is a little bit niche. What else is new going on? Oh, that package came in today. The PSA return did. I just have to sort through it. So I might do that tomorrow, to be honest. I was working on other things today. I gotta contact FedEx. That's another thing I gotta do. What else do I gotta do? I think that's it. I'm currently going through. You giving us store credit if we pull it? Oh, will I buy it from you? Maybe. It depends on the price. Maybe if you get a price that I like, I'll buy it from you. Mr. I sent earlier before. No more orders. Not sure if you got it. Brandon Petilier. Okay, Brandon. I didn't see it. Let me go ahead and try looking through my orders real fast. Let's see. Brandon Petilier. Here it is. He says, spotting the Gengar break. Brandon, you missed it. Would you like to go in here? This is a nice vintage card. It's actually graded higher than the Gengar, right? So this is an 8.5. The Gengar was only a 5.5. And there's fewer spots. So it's cheaper and higher grade and vintage. All right, guys. I'll see you tonight. Thank you for another nice stream. I'm lucky to have all you guys hanging out with me and ordering cards. I appreciate you guys. And it's fun talking about all those subjects we talked about. You don't have to agree with me on everything. You can think I'm an idiot. I'm a baka, and that's okay. And I always like to hear your counter arguments, too. So I'll see you guys later.